In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. Welcome to another edition of Jock Brothers Presents Let Us Make Man. I am your host and moderator tonight, Brother Jackie Muhammad, and tonight we have for you a dynamic show, our annual event, the third largest event of the Nation of Islam, and we are excited to bring this to you first so we can get it out to our people and let them know that we have an exciting event going on. So tonight, want to introduce some powerful players, but before we get to them, we want to start with our other hosts, moderators. Start with our brother Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam, alaikum salam. Thank you all for joining on tonight, taking time out of your busy schedules. My name is Brother Ahmed, just one of the hosts. We have a large panel and an exciting night tonight. We're presenting the International and National Training Seminar. Please stay online and get ready to enjoy the show. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. And for our next guest and moderator, our brother coming from Atlanta, Georgia, Brother Abdul Kawi. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam, sir. And again, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Jock Brothers Presents Let Us Make Man. We I look forward to the show. We got some familiar faces on the show. They're going to tell us about the national training that's about to take place and the new inserts to the itinerary. So I look forward to hearing that. And once again, Jock Nation, I thank you for tuning in and supporting the Jock Brothers as you always do. Thank you so much for your continued support, especially those that has been around for years supporting the Jock Brothers, and for those that have given financial donations to the Jock Brothers to help our platform grow. We thank you. Words cannot express how much we thank you for that. And if you want to continue to support the Jock Brothers or be new supporters of the Jock Brothers, we have our Cash App information scrolling at the bottom of the screen. It is Cash App $ Jock Bros, JAKQBROS. And again, if it's not a problem, and we ask this of you, please subscribe to the Jock Brothers, hit the bell for our upcoming shows, and again, enjoy this particular podcast. Back to you, Brother Jackie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, brothers and sisters. So I'm excited to introduce our panelists. I want to start with the youth, if you don't mind. I would like to bring, she's a regular contributor to the Jock Brothers now. She's been on several times, so we thank Allah for her. One of our dynamic sisters in the Nation of Islam, one of the growing powerhouses in our nation. Our sister and your sister, Sister Medina. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum salam, sir. Thank you again. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. If you will, could you give us a brief information on your involvement in the national training?
Yes, sir. So currently I act as one of the co-chairs of the youth division. The youth division is just a side portion of the training conference, which is specifically catered to youth ages 13 and up. We try to cut it off at 25. People love coming to our workshops. And I have been a part of the youth division, specifically in planning, since about 2016, 2017. I'm now 21 years old, 2025. So I'm very blessed to be a part of it. And yes, I tend to help assist leading with content creation, workshop planning, interviews, and things of that nature, just to make sure that the youth division side runs smoothly.
Absolutely. The most important part of we have to have a youth division. Very important. Thank you, Sister Medina, for offering your charity to our nation. So now, next in line, we have our brother, who is one of our scientists. He's a musician. He's worked with the symphony orchestra. He's also a martial artist. So, Brother Arbor Khan, if you will, tell us what is your involvement with the national training.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Jackie.
Wa alaikum salam. Excuse me, brother, for not giving the greetings.
No,
yes, sir.
Fine. So I am blessed to be one of the many youth ambassadors for the training conference. I have been involved with the training conference since about 2021 officially. I attended as an attendee virtually in 2020. And then I said the next year I wanted to participate, and Allah allowed that to be. And so in 2021 was my first year participating as a youth planner of some of the workshops and ambassador for the youth division.
Absolutely. We need youth ambassadors. Praise be to Allah. Thank you for your charity, sir.
Great.
All right. So we're going to go up top and we're going to talk to our sister and we want to be distinct. We want to make sure we're distinction now. All right. This is Sister Lisa R.
That's right.
Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, my sister.
Walaikum salam, sir. Walaikum salam to everyone. Thank you, as always, for supporting the National Training Conference and our dear brother, Dr. Abdul Aziz Muhammad, and his lovely wife, Sister Aziza Muhammad, who have done this now, of course, for 30 years. They'll get into that. As you mentioned, I'm Sister Lisa R. Muhammad. I serve at the pleasure of Dr. Abdul Aziz in the capacity of coordinator for the youth division. And as Medina said, our division starts with the target audience of age 13. We do say we cut off at 25, but we don't stop people at the door and say you're too old to come in because knowledge is age neutral. So my responsibility is really just to be a guide to help to make sure that the protocols and the vision of the National Training Conference are kept and that the young people are at the table and that their thoughts and their deeds and their actions and the preparation for the National Training Conference are taken seriously and that they are prepared to carry out the actions that are needed to make sure that the vision of the National Training Conference is seen.
Praise be to Allah. Well, thank you, Sister Lisa R,
You're
for your
welcome.
charity as well. I love the fact that we are spirit. You know, we're focused on the youth, and it's such a beautiful thing. So we have a whole full department dealing with the youth. So praise be to Allah. Thank you
Yes,
all for your charity.
sir.
All right, let's go to our brother who has just got through fighting. He was fighting. He came on. He was fighting. So our brother's always fighting. So this is our brother in Kansas City. Are you still in Kansas City, sir?
Yes, sir. Still in
Yes,
Kansas
sir.
City.
All right. This is our brother. He's a regular contributor to the Jock Brothers, and this is our brother and your brother, Brother Calvin Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam, sir. First of all, thank you at always being such a staple in helping us with the national training. And your show is an incredible show. So we're definitely always honored to be here with you on the Jack Brothers show.
That's
Praise
right.
Allah. And if you would tell us your involvement with the national training. I know you've been there since the beginning. You know, and you've seen it grow to where it is and helped it grow to where it is. And, you know, just if you will, tell us your involvement, please.
Yes, sir. To be honest, I'd be happy just being a water boy in the national training. But what we tend to do is I have the honor of assisting the Student Assistant Supreme Captain with the marketing, the promotion, analytics that we do to make sure that we're driving all of our metrics of the conference in the right direction. And I also assist in the office training, particularly with the lieutenants.
Oh, praise be to Allah. So as you can see, Jock Nation, this is a serious group right here, and I love how serious it is, and I love the focus of it. So thank you all once again. And now, the doctor. The doctor is in the house. Praise be to Allah. So with no more from myself, let us introduce our brother who is still the grand master in the martial arts, but has been recognized internationally as Dr. Abdul Aziz Muhammad. And we thank him for his sacrifice and his labor, his charity, you know, to our nation, and making sure that we are prepared, as the minister said, to defend our only life that we have. And we want to welcome our brother with a round of applause as well, Dr. Abdul Aziz Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam. Alhamdulillah.
Looks like he just got through fighting as well, so he's always fighting. Praise Allah.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Abdul, you've been doing this now 30 years.
Yes, sir.
Focused, consistent, just determined to make sure that those of us who desire, we are prepared. How does it feel? You know, looking back, you know, you've already been a martial artist for 50 years? How many years now has it been?
It's a little closer to 60, but it's 50 plus years.
I didn't want to disrespect you because you don't look 60, bro. You know what I mean? I didn't want to, but praise be to Allah. But now, along with that, getting yourself for 60 years, now you're helping others, and for 30 years, and which is a sacrifice in and of itself. Let's talk about that. The minister says that we must make brave fighters. What is a brave fighter, and why are you in charge of making us brave fighters?
Well, let me first say I'm not in charge. I'm a student in this, and I am under the supreme captain of the Nation of Islam, who is in charge.
Absolutely, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I just for the sake of that, correct. But I have been given a responsibility that I'm praying to Allah that I'm fulfilling. But we have so much to do, So when you ask the question, how do I feel? I feel wonderful. I feel elated that I have been able to stay on my post and not just have a post,
Right.
but doing things that represent the requirements that I have. And, again, we don't come into this with books of learning. Well, we do, Message to the Black Man, How to Eat to Live. We come in with books of learning.
Yes,
but
sir.
in terms of the particular responsibility, Allah gives us the opportunity to open that and to expand. And if Allah pleases, we will continue to expand in that. And I just pray to Allah that He does not ever allow me to take on a egotistical mindset. And we have, and I'm thankful to Allah because I know that's not the case, because we have wonderful people, the ones that you see on here and others that you don't get a chance to see. They are all working together to make something happen. And as I've said in previous shows, they tell me what to do. So I have some approval power, but I tell you, they run the show.
That's right.
So what we wanted to do, because we always we have new believers that come in the nation, and we always want to introduce this show like new. You know what I mean? So we want to make sure that we are not just starting from 30 years, but we want to start from day one and just make sure that those who are new in our nation know that they are to be a part of this training.
Come on, bro.
So we just wanted to talk to the new believers. Why should they come to the national training? Why is it necessary, part of their development in the culture of the Nation of Islam? Anyone can take the question.
Please. I know everybody want to jump at that one. Go ahead, Brother Calvin, Sister Medina, whichever. Come on.
Look like Sister Lisa wanted to say something. Did you?
Oh,
Well,
please.
I did. I'm glad
Yes,
you did it. But one of the things that I wanted to say is really just to your question, it's not why the believers should come to the National Training Conference.
Great.
It's why everyone should come to the National Training Conference.
Beautiful.
And it is because we have to be able to defend ourselves, our families, our community, physically, spiritually, mentally. These days, economically, we
Right.
have to be ready. And nobody is going to prepare us better than we can prepare ourselves. And because Dr. Abdulaziz has been given this assignment by a divinely guided man of God, he is the best, from my vantage point, on the scene right now, who has the role of providing this universal training to all of us, and also your entire family. So no longer do you have to come to a conference of this type and say, well, there's nothing for my babies, there's nothing for my middle schoolers, there's nothing for my teenagers. There's something for everyone in your family, everyone in your friend circle, everyone at your job, everyone in your class. So I just wanted to point out that attendance at the National Training Conference is critical and vital, not just for the members of the Nation of Islam, but for everybody who wants to survive what we're going through right now.
Oh, absolutely. And so let's make that clear that this national training is an open invitation for everyone. Praise be to Allah. Thank you for that clarity, my sister. Anybody else want to talk about why should we attend?
Well, I have a question for the Grand Master. What? Assalamu alaikum, Grand Master. Always good to see you, brother.
Wa alaikum salam, and good to see you too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, I took the time to do a little research on the national training, and wow, man, you know, I mean, it just evolved into something that man, you probably yourself look at him like, I can't believe it morphed into something that's great. I mean, you're talking about a training that came about from, I guess, being birthed from the Million Man March, the idea of it being birthed from the Million Man March, to having your first national training. You had what, 19 participants, I believe. I believe at one time it was all men's affair. I don't even I couldn't find out how the sisters started to get involved with it, or even the youth, but it just morphed. And I know that when putting that itinerary together, I guess you based it on the climate of the time, you know, and so I'm assuming this itinerary will also be based on the climate of the time. And so I'm super. I just want you to just reflect on that, and I'm super excited as to hear what kind of programs that you're going to have set up for this particular workshop. So can you expound on it just for a second?
Yes, sir, absolutely. I want to first say that, you know, I can't take the credit for what we gave to it. You know, I got to say that our focus is always what is happening with the minister. What is the minister saying? What is he doing? And we then take something from him, and we identify various things that could be the focal point or the theme. And then we take our team, and out of the within the team, they then I say something. They come with something. Everything is based on what the minister has said. Where is he at this time? And then we move from there to build what our theme is. And you know, you could get 1,000 themes from the minister, you know. But we take that, and then we say, okay, well, come up with themes that you believe would be good. And once we do that, then we say, and we do a poll, and we choose the majority chooses what the theme is going to be. So, you know, I could be in the background acting like I'm smart. But you know what? I think I am, because we always direct it to the minister. We look at the minister, so we don't even have to play smart. We are the smartest if we are following him. So that's how we really started. But I mean, now we could go into it whether you want to hear from the youth, because the youth portion, I was just talking to someone about that, and in the youth, from the youth aspect, they pull together. The youth pull together the components, the particular classes or the various programs that they're going to be promoting and sponsoring and teaching. And they build all of that. They galvanize the persons that's going to be a part of it, and they can talk about that. And then, we do the very same thing, So there are multiple seminars, and that's within this conference. So it's a beautiful thing, and it's not just thrown together. I'll just say that it's not thrown together, and it becomes a little painstaking, because we need to make sure that whatever we give, that it's going to be the best that we can give. And we don't have enough presenters. It's like we can't have enough presenters, but we just choose the best that we can, because there is so much to teach, and there's so great of a need for our community to learn. So I mean, we can go, brother Calvin. Would you like to share some something about it?
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think yourself and Sister Lisa, as you were speaking, one of the things that is important and that we can reflect on now is that the National Training Conference is an institution in the nation of Islam.
Very good.
It's not just an event that comes up once a year. It's an actual institution. What I mean by that, it is a body of knowledge that you can go to get the correct information on our training in the Nation of Islam. And so, this being the 30th year, there was a time in the Nation of Islam where you could go to a mosque in New York, or you can go to the mosque in Chicago, and you would have a different check procedure. Or maybe you handle how you secured your mosque differently, or maybe just as a whole, we didn't have crisis intervention. We didn't know what would happen in a disaster preparedness situation, or maybe we didn't know what to do if we had an active shooter. Well, the national training has addressed that on a standardized level within the Nation of Islam. So we have basic procedures for those events. And as Sister Lisa has said, there's a few years ago, and I remember the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan talking about it, I believe in 2014 at the National Training Conference, where he wanted the community to benefit from the knowledge. And so we started to give training on violence interruption. We started to give training on protecting our houses of worship. Right. And so the national training has now become to our community in particular what like specialized military training is to the different forces or the different strands of the United States government. But this is open to our community. So we, everybody's training now in the country. You have all of these different camps that are going on, but our community would be neglected if we didn't have an institution like the national training in place.
Very, very good, man. Very, very, very good. So, Sister Medina, if you will, talk about the youth involvement and invite the youth out, if you will.
Yes, sir. Now, the youth, if you're watching, 1,000% you're invited. You're invited every year. I've been coming for the last maybe 3 years, inviting y'all, so y'all better come.
Right. Yes,
the youth division will be better than any of the previous years. This year, we're celebrating 30 beautiful, wonderful years of the International Training Conference. Started with 19 men. Now it's hundreds of people, venues, hotels, and many Savior's Day. And we're just so happy to be a part. The youth, we try our best to be involved in all different parts of the conference, not just the youth division. Really, the youth division is just a cohort of youth that can be used in any different place in the training conference. So sometimes we're at registration. Sometimes we're helping with the younger children. Sometimes we're actually in our youth division workshops. We're trying to make sure that any youth that is interested in being a part of the youth division, who is interested in leadership, who's interested in learning how to be a part of community service and things like that, they're given the opportunity to lead, given the opportunity to share the ideas. We want to help inspire youth and help them understand, like, when you come to these events, you don't have to focus all your time doing stuff that's not productive. You don't have to lollygag. You don't have to schedule times to go to the mall during mat time. You can actually be a part of something that is for you, that is by you, and that is catered to you to help stimulate the mind, to help encourage us in our paths in our own individual lives. And I think over the few years that we've been doing this, that we've really changed the scope of what it means to be a youth in the Nation of Islam, and a youth that is inspired, a youth that is encouraged, a youth that is involved. We definitely had our ability to do things in the past, but I think that the youth division definitely, thanks to the help of brother Dr. Abdul Aziz, we definitely have set a precedent of what it means to, lead by example, and not to sit on the wayside, not to be sitting with our pacifiers in our mouths, watching our parents actively get involved. So this year we are still working on planning the workshops. We are still working. So we have a few things that we're currently troubleshooting. But we're really trying to emphasize showing gratitude for the 30 years. I'm 21 years old, so I haven't even been here 30 years. And I can really understand, even in my 21 years, the impact that Dr. Abdul Aziz and his family and the training conference have had on me. If I hadn't have been a part of the training conference all these years, I don't even know if I would be speaking like this. I used to be very shy. I used to not want to do anything. I had a brain, but I wasn't trying to do important things. My mom kept shoving me, and Dr. Abdullah kept shoving me. And here we are. So it's just really a blessing. And we want to bring all the youth that have attended in the past, whether you were a part of the youth division committee or whether you were just a member or somebody who attended in the past. We want to bring everybody back. We want to sit and really have a conversation. This is one of our workshops. I'm giving you just a small peek. We want to have a conversation about gratitude and how being a part of something like this has impacted our lives for the better, how it made us better professionals, made us more aware of what we want to do in our lives, made us feel closer or realize our roles within our nation, made us do things within our community. We want to really see and discuss how those things, how being a part of the training conference, being at the training conference, specifically the youth division, have impacted our lives for the better. And when I tell you, we've had so many different cohorts over the years. Even before me, it was Student Minister Kenya and Kadir and things like that. So we have a lot of great things planned, and inshallah, with a lot more work, a lot more time, a lot more energy and sacrifice, we're going to make it happen.
Absolutely.
I had a question. Assalamu alaikum to the panel, and assalamu alaikum, Brother Dr. Aziz.
Wa alaikum salam, Ahmed.
Yes, sir. What has been some of the most rewarding aspects of organizing an event like this from some of the panel?
Well, for me, just looking at them, and I want to hear Brother Akbar Khan, communicate. But when I hear these youthful persons, when I hear them and they share themselves in such a way that makes you to, submit to their mind, and you can't even look at them as children because they're not now, but there's a range. And when youth division, there's two categories now. See, we gotta know that there is the youth division that is what is that about
8 to 12.
Yeah, see, we got the 8 to 12, which is the it didn't start with the 8 to 12. It started with the older 12 to 13 and up, and then we added the 8 to 12. So there's two totally separate seminars going on dealing with your 8 to 12-year-olds and your 13 and up group. And then we do have, in addition to that, we have childcare. So, we're getting them ready.
Go to bottle.
Getting them ready,
Yes, sir.
So anyway, I just wanted to say this is what makes me excited and happy to just hear them, because we really have to think about our nation and who's going to take control and take over. You know, and they're getting prepared right now.
Absolutely. So with that, Brother Arbicon, if you would like to share your experience.
Yes, sir. So I am here. I feel like a participant in the interview, but also an attendee. I'm so very grateful to be here on this panel. I was born in the nation, and so I've been looking up to Dr. Abdulaziz for many years, and so it's an honor to be a part of this team, just as an ambassador. As I mentioned at the beginning of today's interview, I first attended the training seminar virtually in 2020, and I showed up, on my camera with my afro. I saw Sister Medina. I saw Brother Hashim out of Atlanta, Sister Naya, and Sister Rakaya. And all I was thinking was that, I want to be like them. I want to help out just like they are, because they were those kind of staples, if you will, or youth that were representing themselves and their nation well, and they were running the show. I didn't hear too much from Sister Lisa R. It was just them running the show. And so I was back there. I was like, I want to do that next year. I don't know how it was going to happen, but right after that year, 2020, or that training seminar, I called my coordinator in the city of Toronto, because I was in Toronto at the time, and I said, "Sir, I want to get registered." And it was because I saw these 4 individuals representing their nation. And so I entered my processing class, and I went through the steps. And then I joined the NOI Youth Committee at the time. And then a couple months after, I got a text from Sister Lisa saying, "Assalamu alaikum, we would love to have you for the 2021 virtual training seminar." And so I was just, similar to this year, I was excited. I was telling my mom, I was telling my sisters, I get to be a part of this history of 30 years of hard work. I didn't know until just now that it was inspired by the Million Man March, and how the first year of the training seminar was in 1995. And so I'm just here as an ambassador, the most grateful and excited person in the world to be a part of the 30 years of history, of hard work, of building on the part of Brother Dr. Abdul Aziz and his wife, Sister Aziza, and this beautiful seminar. Brother Calvin just called it an institution, which makes a whole lot of sense, because we're not just dealing with martial arts. I know that kind of has because it's a training seminar, we think martial arts initially. Of course, I am a martial artist by the grace of Allah. We have martial artists all on this panel, but we're not dealing just with martial arts. This is a spiritual, mental, and physical training that we're going through. And so we shouldn't think, "Oh, I don't have a 2nd degree black belt. I'm not a black belt. I can't come." No, this is, as Sister Lisa said earlier, this is for everybody. If you're looking to get to know these survival topics in life that are very needed in this time, as we know, it's 2025. There's a lot of things going on right now. And so if you want to keep yourself safe, if you want to keep your family safe, if you want to learn how to be safe and be alert, that's one of our famous, inside the youth division, one of our famous workshops. If you want to know about how to take care of your health in a survival situation, we have those workshops. And I think, just to close out this little segment, I was thinking of the scripture where it talks about a man hiding his talent or his light under a bushel basket. And so this seminar is an opportunity for all of our panelists that are going to be there presenting their skill and their craft to show it and to educate people on it, so that they're equipped with that same skill and that same knowledge. So once again, I'm just grateful. And I'm
Beautiful.
Good job.
Brother Jackie, can I mention something?
Absolutely.
So you made a comment about the babies throwing the baby bottle, the training party, and Dr. Aziz talked about the child care. And I want to say that Medina actually started as a child. Sister Medina and Dr. Abdul Aziz's granddaughter, Sister Rakaya, who are now the co-chairs of the youth division,
Right.
they started in childcare. So we have this idea about having a workshop called From Childcare to Co-Chair, growing growing up in
Nice.
the because as Brother Akbar Khan mentioned, our goal is to help um, our beloved minister by helping Dr. Abdul Aziz in his training of our people, starting with the babies.
Mhm.
The one of the reasons why we now must have a youth division that starts with age 8 to 12 is because we are training our babies. In childcare,
Mhm.
we're training 4 to 7s. So by the time they get past age 7, they're ready to have their own workshops when they become age 8.
Mhm.
So because there's a big age gap between, of course, the teenagers and that younger group, and the topics, though the information is neutral, age neutral, we do need to make sure that it is palatable for each age group. It's a continuous training. It's an ongoing training. So even though we make jokes about it and we say throw the baby bottle, that's real. We're really talking about training from the beginning, and many of the workshops that are offered to our attendees, some are gender specific, some for the women, some for the brothers. It is an extension of the supreme wisdom and knowledge that we have an opportunity to receive as believers. And even when you look at how to give birth to a God, you're giving birth to a God who's later going to protect you as a mother. So that's why we have no problem with bringing in our family from the community, because we want for them what we have. And
Right.
that's what makes us a Muslim, when we want for others what we have for ourselves. So I just wanted to say we absolutely do start with the babies.
Absolutely.
And on that, we are having a campaign, and hopefully everybody's listening, for the three, in recognition of the 30 years. We want to get 300 sponsorships for our children age 8 to 12, so that they may be able to attend the conference. Now, of course, they're not going to drive themselves, and hopefully the parents are not putting them on a plane. However, the situation is the conference has become so vital in the family that if
Right.
you have multiple family members, somebody has to stay home.
Right.
And sometimes the parents may opt to say, well, I'll go get the training and I'll bring it back and I'll train you. But if we could get sponsors, then that will help to offset the cost. And the parents can often be able to not only bring themselves, but also bring their family members. So on the website, there is a link that says sponsor a youth. And the cost for the young people between age 8 and 17 is only $67. So for $67, you can maybe eat less, or you can drink maybe 2 or 3 less Starbucks coffees, and you can sponsor a young person. And that would be greatly appreciated. But that is our goal. Our campaign is 300 for the 30 years, 300 sponsored youth, 10 for every one of the years. It's only 300.
Praise
I
be.
got a question. Well, I
No,
got
go
a
ahead.
question. Well, how are and this is for the panel that's organizing. How are we able to stay relevant with the growing technology and combine our training at these events? Technology is just growing so fast, especially with this AI and everything. How are we able to stay relevant and keep the training aspect as our foundation?
Um, I think the training and the information that's provided is timeless. Honestly, it's a universal concept. And I was just going to bring up from the Closing the Gap, when Brother Jabril asked the Honorable Mrs. Farrakhan, what is the definition of fun? What is fun? And I just want to read it because it goes hand in hand with why we encourage people to come to this conference alongside all the other things you want to do in the summertime. So Brother Jabril asks the minister, what is fun? And the Honorable Minister Farrakhan says, fun to one person is ignorance to another. Fun to another person is what is trifling to another. The question we have to ask is, what is fun with God? Does God engage in trifling things? Does he engage in things that are foolish? So, what I found as fun is the joy of learning today what I did not know yesterday. I literally enjoy my teacher teaching me things on the violin that I didn't know, and then making a joke out of what I did wrong that I now am learning to do right. We don't have time for trifling things. Children should not be engaged in just silly things, playing with toys that do not teach. The joy of living is the joy of learning. So I think that we keep up with the times by continuing to remind us what times that we're in. We can try to compete with AI and all those different things, but all those things are fleeting. We know the current climate that we're in. The theme that we're working with this year for the training conference is triumph over trial. And in 2025, not just in Chicago, not just in where you live, around the entire country, around the entire world, we're facing trial. So the only thing that you can do in a time of trials is prepare yourself and strengthen your faith. And I think that the training conference is the best place to do that, because what we're doing is we are actively combating the pulls of Satan in Satan's world.
That's
So
right.
in the summer, you might go to Mardi Gras, you might try to go to a whole bunch of different celebrations, you might do all types of things you gotta do. When somebody says, hey, come to the training conference, what you're doing is replenishing yourself, revitalizing yourself, and brushing up on the things that you thought you know, but maybe you need to get better at, or getting new information about the things that you have no idea about to train yourself. Like Brother Akbar Khan was saying, he was saying that, you know, we have the workshops that are talking about how to keep your health up during times of trial. We have agricultural workshops. We have mental health workshops. We have physical health workshops.
Come on.
The training conference is physical health, to be honest. We have how to do techniques, how to do katas. We have different things that are continuing to stimulate the mind. Even for the babies we were talking about earlier, like, obviously they're going to be having some form of fun because that's what keeps them engaged, but the fun is something that's going to also help them and teach them and keep them on their toes, because even as children things happen and we have to always be aware. So I think the training conference, even with the upcoming technologies and things like that, it keeps to date, because everything that's happening, this is the climate. Like we can't choose something else just to make it palatable. We have to go with the climate, like Brother Dr. Abdulaziz was saying. Like, we move off the minister. Whatever Savior's Day just happened, whatever the topic was, whatever, what we feel is in the atmosphere at that time. We have fun, we enjoy ourselves, we definitely have a lot of communion with the people around us with the similar or like mindsets, but it's a very serious time, so it's a very serious conference. And so while we do enjoy ourselves and we do, we might have exciting groundbreaking, workshops and things like that, the reality is everybody needs to come with the mental and physical intentions of understanding, like, yo, I'm going here for a specific purpose of equipping myself with the knowledge, with the training, with the spiritual and physical, training, so that I can leave and be a better person and be more equipped than I was yesterday.
Right.
So
yes,
yeah.
ma'am. I would love to add on that, if that's
You
fine.
should be grinning.
Go ahead, Brother Arpacon.
Brother Kawi, I would love to add on that. We are having an arts and culture workshop within the youth division. And I think a number of people might be asking, if it's a training seminar, then why would we be having arts and culture, or an arts and culture workshop within the training seminar? Brother Ahmed, you asked about modern times and how we're going to keep up with this technology. Today, all of the youth, no matter what age they are, I was at a summer camp, or in preparation for a summer camp today, and the young brother, he was maybe 7, 8 years old, and he was saying, I want to be a rapper, and we've heard that, for many, many years, but the general consensus amongst the youth is, I want to be an artist, I want to create things. Today, that's almost all of what's happening on social media. When people are posting, they're filming it, they're editing it, they're writing what they're going to say, they're writing the scripts. And so inside this arts and culture workshop, I'm not going to spoil it too much, but we are going about it with that security mindset. What kind of effect are we trying to produce inside these people that are watching it? I remember the minister briefly talking about his time in the arts as a musician, as a calypso singer and dancer, back in the, I'd say, 40s or 50s, if my timeline is correct. But we need to make sure that we are, as we're creating, we have the right mindset, and that we're giving the right message out, and we're not getting into the wrong circles, because that's something that can happen at any level.
That's right.
I was briefly inside film school, and it's very easy to get off into that kind of left lane kind of very interesting kind of style of art. But if you have a workshop, like inshallah we are preparing, not to spoil too much, then you know what to put out and what kind of people to attract to get a part of that project, and what kind of message you're gonna spark inside the people that are watching it. And we know opposites attract. So if you just bring the same old low vibrational kind of content and creations, then you're gonna get that audience. But if you bring something higher, you're gonna attract those same people that were looking at the garbage, but you're also gonna attract a much higher audience, and you're gonna raise the vibration of the people watching. So we have once this arts and culture workshop, and so with modern times and technology, we're working on raising the vibration of the creations that we're making online. So I just wanted to say that.
No, thank you for that, brother Calvin. Did you have something, brother?
Oh man, I was just getting lost in their answer. But I will tell you, going back to what Dr. Abdul Aziz Muhammad said about how he takes his cue on the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and of course consulting with the Student Supreme Captain. You know, I would venture to say that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan did this lecture once, and in the lecture he said time dictates the agenda.
That's right.
And so one of the things that every year as we prepare for the national training, we do a survey of the time and a look at the hour that we're in, and we try to provide content that gives you answers based on the times that we are in.
Right.
You know, I can say that the National Training Conference has been evolving with the time in accordance with what we're taught in the Supreme Wisdom. It has used modern technology to get back and forth quicker. And so I remember our first national training, if you can imagine this, you know, there was no websites. We had to bring written money order, and you know, mostly everybody had pagers, if that, you know, but you know, we have, of course, at the direction that we've been going and assessing the time, whatever comes out at the national training really gives an answer, because we're preparing by the words given to us by the Messiah. We're preparing for a time where the technology will be made null and void. Right. You know, as you have tornadoes hitting you, the cell phones are really not doing much good when the towers and the power is out. You know, we're going back to, you know, I don't care how much time, how much technology you have, you're gonna have to plant that food in the soil and allow it to grow. And so as we look at what the national training has been able to provide, it has always been an answer to what to do given the time that we're in.
That's right.
Right. DoorDash won't be, you know, DoorDash won't
be. Yes, sir. If we want to show your commercial, we would like to show a commercial of the national training. If we can get our engineer to show one of the videos.
It's what God gave us. That's all we got. We're not aggressive. We don't bother nobody. Don't ever be the aggressor. Just study and practice on a natural gift that all of us have to learn how to defend this life.
It's the 30th Annual National Training Conference, July 24th through the 27th. Conference will be held at the Tinley Park Convention Center, 18451 Convention Center Drive, Tinley Park, Illinois. Register you and the entire family at the vskjujitsu.com. Don't miss it.
Praise be to Allah. So now our national training has morphed into a family environment where you can invite the family. You do not have to be registered. You can bring the children. We're looking for sponsors for the children. And everyone has a part to play in the national training. Now, I remember last year with my family there, we all sat together and we went through all the workshops. And, you know, active shooter, you know, different things. And it gives you a chance as a family to discuss, all right, This is what we should do. If something happened, we in Walmart, someone starts shooting. Okay, this is what's going on. This is what we do. So I love the fact that Sister Lisa said that, you know, we are making sure that our brothers and sisters who are not registered, you invited, come to the national training. We want to be, allow us to be Muslims. We want for our brothers and sisters what we want for ourselves, and allow us to share with you, as Brother Calvin said, our institution, which is big, and our youth is involved. They're excited. So bring your children, bring your nephews, bring your nieces, and we're looking for sponsors. We can get some of the business owners out there. If you want to sponsor you, please go to the website, sign up as a sponsor. So it's not, man. It's good. It's coming together. You can feel the spirit from the conversation. Um, Go ahead, Brother Ahmed. Did you have something else, or Brother Kyle? Did you have a question?
No, I did. I mean, I answered everything.
I wanted to mention something though, because the Medina lifted what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said about fun. And as we said, this is a comprehensive conference. We anticipate that people will have fun getting body slammed and getting put in locks and all of that during the mat time. However, there is going to be our annual gala and award ceremony that will take place. That is one of the social aspects. In addition, this year, we're going to be having an amazing white party for those who would like to participate in that. We will be having inshallah, a separate activity type of day or activity period for our younger children, which would be, of course, the ages of 8 to 12, something for them to do. And of course, our goal is to also have a social for the teen population that the 13 and up serve. So yes, we will have some very, very serious workshops, but we have a lot of fun in our serious workshops. So I just wanted to make sure that we mentioned all of the other components. And then for those of you who have businesses, we have vending opportunities. If you, we do have another video. We'll probably try to get it to you so that maybe you can promote it on another show, because it has the information about vending on it. But there's still opportunities for vendors to sign up and come and make some money, because that's always a good thing to get when you come to the conference. So yes, there's something for every age group, and then there's different aspects and components that are offered even within those age groups and the social aspects. So I just wanted to make sure that we put that out there.
Oh,
Dr.
absolutely.
Aziz, there was one question within the community from a Samuel X. Clark. It says, how do the participants maintain what they learn outside of the days of the conference? How do they maintain it?
Well, I mean, it's a great question. We are always informing everyone to write down, to take notes so that they can retain it. One of the things that we're intending on introducing is that even from the conference, they're going to. I want the particular presenters to have something more than just their presentation, that they should be set up, and I'm going to introduce them to the website where their material, or they can come on at different times, once in particular months or within a month, they can come on at different times so that the community can hear from them more. But we have to come ready to take as much notes as we can, so that we can do as much as we can to retain. We're also intending on having the link to it. We're going to do also an online for those who really just can't make it, and they want to still participate and capture this information. We're going to have an online not course, but where they can see everything online that's happening. They won't get all of the intricate little things that many get by being present, but they'll get the particular presentations and so forth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, because my family been asking since the beginning of the year. We're going to the training. We're going back to the training as well. So uh,
Good.
I thank Allah for you all setting it up. Definitely as a family, it covers all aspect of the family. So those brothers and sisters, man, bring everybody.
That's right.
Invite your cousin, invite everybody to to be a part of this, and teach them how to protect the life, as the minister said, the only life that we have. I wanted to discuss that the word he used, brave fighter. I wanted. Have you ever had a discussion with the minister concerning that term, brave fighter?
Well, the minister, he spoke on that before, and he talked about when it is said brave, he said, how do you make them brave? And as I recall, they have to, they need to know why, what it is that you got to know what it is that you are fighting for.
Yes.
You can't be a brave fighter and not know what you're fighting for.
Yes, sir.
See, so we know what we're fighting for, and we know who we're fighting against. So, we have to train them fast and make them brave fighters, willing at any time, willing at any time to fight and to fight for Allah's sake and righteousness.
Absolutely. And so, Jock Nation, as you heard, the babies are invited. We're gonna have a bottle throwing. You gotta throw the bottle, but the babies are invited. They're encouraged. So if they're sitting in the stroller and they can see that it's activity going on. They're smart these days, and definitely they know what's going on. So we want to thank you all for coming on and sharing your spirit with us today. This was very enlightening, very excited. So we're gonna ask everyone to say their closing words, and we're gonna start with you again, Sister Medina. I'm gonna start with you. If you would give us some closing words, and once again invite to you.
Thank you all so much for having me. Thank you all for having me these past few years. It's a blessing. Thank you to the Honorable Ms. Farrakhan and to Dr. Abdul Aziz and Sister Aziza for welcoming me on this team and trusting me in this process. I'm very grateful. Thank you to all the youth division members that are involved in this. Thank you to my mom, Sister Lisa R. And come to the conference. I always tell y'all every single year, it might cost a little money, but how much is your life worth? Think about it. Think about it. Is your life worth a little $67, a little $167? I would think so. I would think it's worth more than that. So come to the conference. You're going to have a great time. We're doing our best to have some amazing workshops on all ends of the spectrum, and we are very excited to see you there.
Awesome.
Thank you, Sister Medina, Brother Arbor Khan.
Yes, sir.
You, brother.
So once again, thank you, Brother Jackie, Brother Kawi, Brother Ahmed, for having me. Thank you, Brother Dr. Abdul Aziz and Sister Aziza, for sacrificing for 30 years to put this on. Once again, this is a very big 30-year anniversary event. For those who are kind of on the fence, or like, I don't know, because I've been talking to some of my friends who are like, I don't know if I'm going to go. Come out, spend the time with your family, and learn something that's going to protect you. You never know. Maybe last year you forgot about the 120 compressions for CPR. You're going to learn it again this year. Come out. It's going to be more than valuable, and you're going to get more than what you put in, whether that's your money, your resources, your attention. You're going to get a lot more back. So just come, be present. Thank you to Sister Lisa R. and the team on the back end, Brother Clifton and all the others. I'm so very grateful to be here. And yes, I will see you all there at Tinley Park.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Thank you, Brother Arbor Khan. Sister Lisa R. Final words, sister.
Yes, sir. All praise is due to Allah. I thank Allah first for my parents. May Allah be well pleased with my father, Minister Yusuf Muhammad, my mother, Sister Captain Virginia Muhammad. I thank Allah for this opportunity because I do what I do because they taught us that our purpose is to serve our nation and serve our people. So I thank Allah for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and for Brother Dr. Abdul Aziz accepting the challenge to do what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan instructed him to do. And a personal, sincere thanks for him trusting us and trusting me, listening to me, allowing me to stalk him until we were able to bring a youth program in. And he's always been a blessing. He and Sister Mama Aziza Muhammad, they've been a blessing to us and to everyone, those who know that they've been a blessing and those who don't. So we are looking forward to seeing you. Please show up. Please sponsor someone if you cannot come, and tell everybody you know that on July 24th through the 27th, you need not be anywhere else except Tinley Park Convention Center for the 30th annual National Training Conference. Thank you. And thank you, Jack Brothers, for having us again.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for accepting our invitation. All right, Brother Calvin. Brother Calvin, the fighter.
Yes, sir. You know, I echo everything, and I got to say again, I've really been in awe. The greatest testament of why we should be at the national training, just listening to Sister Medina and Brother Akbar Khan and seeing how this has come full circle. But I would also caution anybody who's thinking that they can't come. Some may think they can't afford to come. And I say in all sincerity, you cannot afford to miss this train.
Come on, man. Go ahead.
And I'm not, I'm not embellishing, but we are living in a time where you don't want to be caught in a situation where the answer was provided for you on how to get through it. It's so serious. The hour that we are in right now is so serious that every time that we have an opportunity to come together, that's the beautiful thing about Islam. Islam is a congregational faith. Yes, and every time we have an opportunity to come together, we grow together. And so I know with the information, I'm going to stop. I'm going to tell you this. We just did a fundraiser for the Final Call Radio, and we got an opportunity to see how many countries were tuning in to the Final Call. Those same countries are tuned in to our Student Assistant Supreme Captain. I looked, the exact same countries are looking. So much so that last year, there was an international academy that had a delegate there that trains people in military tactics and theaters of war. They awarded him the doctorate, not in martial arts, but in martial science. And so there's so much value to what can be given at the national training that we can't afford not to be there. And I don't want those words to be haunting to someone because they had the opportunity and there's an answer, because the national training has already provided solutions. If you survey the nation and the participants, it's already saved lives for many believers. And so if I could urge everyone, don't second guess it. Make sure July 24th through the 28th that you're in Tinley Park with your believing family, where you can't have a greater protection over you than being there with the believing family and getting a blessed training.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. Very good.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. All right, Brother Dr. Abdul Aziz. So this was an international group that came and bestowed the doctorate on you in the martial sciences. That's big. So, all right, final words is yours, sir. Last words.
Thank you. I want to also thank you all for being committed brothers and friends to us, committed to getting others to support this effort that we are in. And it's just beautiful that we can do this, and like you said, I want for my brother what I want for myself. Right. And we have to support you just like you support us. That's right. And actually, inshallah, we can do better, because we have to, and I say this, Brother Calvin, make sure that I remember we have to make we have to make more of those who are make more of those who are there
Yes.
aware of the Jock Brothers.
Yes, sir.
So that we can pub them. We got to pub them, and those who have who show us love like this. So we'll do that.
That's right.
Thank you.
So
sir.
anyway, we're gonna do that, and in terms of the last words, this is always humbling, and every time it's not different. I'm constantly humbled and concerned about the next one, because every time, I don't see it, don't feel like 30 years, because every year I feel the same. I feel that we have to do something for our community, for our people, and we have to, make them support them by providing for them everything that we can. And so that's what we intend to do. We're going to keep on doing it. And for those that, brother said to me, he says, well, this was my first, he said, this will be my first time. This will be my first time coming, and he's been in the nation for a number of years, but this is his first time. That's fine. Whether it is you've never been there or you have made it, made this your first time, let's do it.
Let's do
it. But everyone, all of you that are out there listening to this, when you hear it, the question is, will you act now, or are you going to wait until a later time? Do it now. Show us that you desire, and don't waste any time, because a lot of time we waste time by delaying so that we can end up not doing it. So let's do it, and let's do it now. We'll check and see which one of you have done it in just a moment.
That's
so
right.
Come on. Register right away, okay? So you can get a chance to, and listen, when you come, which I know you will, when you come, meet these young people.
That's right.
Greet them and ask them a question, and visit the youth area. Take a moment to go and do that. So, I mean, it'll be wonderful as you can hear them. These are grown folk.
That's right.
These not no, I mean, they hanging around the youth right now, but no, these are grown folk here trying to hide in the youth division. Anyway, thank you very much for what all that you do.
Thank you, sir, for all you do. All right, brother Ahmed.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to be real brief. I wanted to thank the panel for your assistance in helping our brother Dr. Aziz in his idea, bringing it forth. We was discussing it earlier, that we want to present the national training every year as if we're presenting it to someone new. We have new people, like brother just mentioned, that are just hearing about the event or just deciding to go. So we want to present it every year, and we want to present it like it's new and it's evolving. So there's always something new going on. We want to present it. We want to support it. So Jock Brothers always want to present that platform. But I wanted to say to Dr. Aziz, I was just thinking about, your life and we had you on before, and we was talking about the X-Men and some of the other things that you went through. But you're just a great example of being disciplined and steadfast.
That's right.
In life itself. There's so many other ways in New York that you could have ventured into, and there's so much on your shoulders right now. There's so many people believers that support you, and that we're benefiting from your strength. We're benefiting from your bravery, from your discipline and learning and ongoing. So I just wanted to thank you for presenting this platform to help foster and strengthen the spiritual and moral growth in our community and in our training. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, Brother Kawhi.
Yes, sir. 30 years is quite a milestone, Dr. Aziz. You should be extremely proud of that, and everybody that's on your staff. But we also have another milestone we want to talk about, and that's 5 years for the Jock Brothers.
That's right.
On July the 21st, 5 years, and then we go to the national trainer, right? Now, we usually when a person joins our show multiple times after a certain number, we give them a gift. And Sister Medina, I think you made that number. However, we don't have we never really came up with a gift for MGT.
Come on.
I thought about scarves. I thought about a face mask. So
what's the FOI gift?
The FOI gift, the mighty Jock Brother tie. Both ties.
I can't wear that.
Dr. Aziz, I think you've already gotten one, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I did.
But our brother Calvin has also visited us many times, and he's made that number.
Praise be to Allah.
I want to present this Jock Brothers gift.
Come on.
Brother Calvin. So, Brother Calvin, just get us your address, brother. I get this over to you.
Yes, sir.
And Brother Arbicon.
Brother Arbicon, he made the number.
Yeah, Brother Arbicon as well.
Brother Arbicon as well. Praise.
All right, Sister Medina, we haven't forgot about you, though. We're going to come up with something.
I'll be
we got to come up with something.
Now, you know what a go nice is? A scarf.
Right.
But can they wear a JB scarf? Jock Brother scarf?
Nice scarf. Nice scarf. Yes, sir.
I'm going to leave that one on you.
Yes,
No, we absolutely enjoy having y'all on our show. It's a joy to try to assist with the national training every year. We just thank you for giving us the opportunity to support you and be an extended part of your staff. And I just pray that you continuously come to us for that type of support in the future, and we there for you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining the Jock Brothers once again.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So Jock Nation, officially, you all have been invited to Tinley Park, July 24th through the 27th. You and your family bring the babies. We're looking for sponsorships. We're looking for vendors. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a lot of information shared that could save your life, my life, your family life. And we don't want to miss the opportunity, as Brother Calvin said, that the knowledge was given, but we wasn't there to receive the knowledge. And so accept our brother and our sister's charity. It's charity in its broadest sense. So our brothers and sisters are offering everything they have in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, skills, and to give our people. So thank you once again for joining us tonight. Make sure you share this. Go to the website. Put the website up again so that they can see it. The website, yeah. Go to thevskjujitsu.com. Get all the information you need. Invite your family out. And inshallah, we'll all see you in Tinley Park. Thank you, Jock Nation. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.